roads are soaked! You better hope there's no hint of a flame in this place! Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. No one can get in here but us and the boss. You don't know that! Those cultists have been poking about for days! Of an ancient tomb! It was my arthritis! I couldn't help it! Arthritis, my skull! When Rage Queen sees this, he'll tear you apart!
This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken. This seems to be broken.
A living rat dares disturb the slumber of the dead? A thieving fool insults the sanctity of the grave. The bloodstone defiler, where is it? Strange indeed. Robed indeed. Your tricks will not save you from retribution, deceiver. I suppose you only crept among these sacred tombs for leisure. I suppose you had no lust for the treasure of the dead. Ha! In life, I toiled to care for these holy grounds. In death, I protect them from profaners and poachers. The legacy of Cecile is mine to preserve. Her traitors are mine to destroy. Run if you like, Defiant.
Once my arrow tastes blood, it craves more! Die, vermin! into the fray once more. No glory in this death.
Death never dies, fool. Death in 1,000 forms rules all.
How could that happen? Does anybody else smell smoke?
This seems to be broken.
Here lies Master Rage Quinn's second apprentice, killed by dying. Here lies Master Rage Quinn's second apprentice, killed by dying.
Imported all the way from Hawkesbury, you know. It ain't the local pig swill they sell for ale.
Single malt? Stupid.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel. We're legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for all.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
What do you want to know? Scythiel, yes. Where fishermen come to live and street dogs come to die. Now,
Just cut the cackle, will you, Bibius? Now then, stranger. If it's the city of Scythiel you're looking for, you're heading in the right direction. Not that I could blame them.
so it's Jake you're looking for. Ship sailed on that one, I'm afraid. Fellow's dead.
Can't tell you much more, except that I heard he was found face down in a puddle of blood.
They say 'twas his wife that did it, and I'd bet a bottle of brandy they're right.
As if that proves anything. Bunch of barbaric bastards, a lot of them. They'll kill your spouse and eat your children.
Well, we did bring a legion.
Just bite your lip with...
So, you're source hunters, are you? And how are we supposed to verify that?
You know what? We'll take you two to the wizard. I know he reads. He has books large as a house, that one. Yeah, he'll squeeze the...
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way. Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
Captain, come along. We're not... What the hell's happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the ridge. The source hunters handle their big groups. Once my arrow tastes blood, it craves more.
I need another chance!
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
Who was that joker leading those orcs?
And how very disquieting.
Where are Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
I like you much better, godfather.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source, you're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city. So you were, and so you weren't. Behold! There we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my pleasure. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder. It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead. Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek. So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my... She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow. A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts, a shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter.
Undead? Orcs?
Looks like I have my work cut out for me.
We're gonna need more than a few bucks. Hey.
We mustn't let the flight straight to the harbour! We mustn't let the flight straight to the harbour!
The ship's raging in a higher!
The blasted orcs have learned how to play with fire. Come on, mate! Put your backs into it! Are these the biggest buckets we've got?
Come on, man, put your backs into it!
I never rains but a quart, eh?
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride? Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride?
In peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate, he says. We are colleagues, nothing more.
Come now, it's just a turn of phrase.
Will you please turn your phrases elsewhere?
Salutations! Source hunters, I see. I'm Sergeant Curtius, proud protector of this house of Legion goods. Report?
Still nothing, sir. Suppose there just aren't any thieves around.
And I'll handle this threat for all our sheiks.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
If I could do it in peace.
Just making conversation, mate.
Mate.
One day more.
Away from there, you pilferer! That room is off limits to the likes of you, so close that door. Good. But do not tempt fate again. This is a storing house for Legion supplies. Perhaps... Report!
Nothing to report, sir.
You never have anything to report.
Isn't that a good thing?
These bossmen respect them.
I can't even smell the sea air over this rock. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks. I can't even smell the sea air over this rock.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times, but what choice have I got now? My story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. So what do you think? Should I snag a fish? I suppose you've got a point. Fed a hungry man, you know.
Oh, it never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden, me sheep.
That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine Coleman bag.
Well, hello there.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Let us see if you can choose the finest.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside.
Eat a big cheese on your block with a wheel.
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soul. Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet's role. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The Mendius at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? The Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlong. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
Let us see if you can choose the finest green.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets. The likes of which I doubt
The sun is out. Yet, I feel cold.
What's this? I found something.
Oh, there's my pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away?
A good day to you.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Good luck with these Sicilians, Source Hunter. They'll run you ragged if you let them.
Come on with the dramatics, it's not
Good luck with these Sicilian source hunters.
She spit me in the face.
The Legion stands at the ready.
Beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain back. Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good...
Easy, Tull. That's the...
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trot. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild...
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have...
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't...
Sorry, sir.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't...
Sorry, sir.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind.
Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Lovelier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots would embarrass a bridge crew.
If you say it is so, then wary I will be. As the god-wolf Amira commanded Threes, wean you from your wicked world, lest its cold company chill you.
Attention!
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look, do what you must in Sicile, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs, you hear? I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know, leader of the Legion in Sicile. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar! Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed? Oh, if you must. I'd say they're looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed. Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know. Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming, and it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. We are the pride of Rivellon. To be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No. Yes. And he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects. Sorcerers. He'll be seen.
Get to signing recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Have some pity.
Move along.
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here, sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them so fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of 7 couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to... And what questions are those? Tragedy flocks to this place, like goblins to a boar carcass. None of us guessed, when we were assigned to Sicile, that we were about to embark on a years-long... I've fought orcs crazed with blood liquor. With...
So that item interests you, yes? I can let you have it for a very reasonable price indeed. My, what a Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? Well, what do you want to know? Sicile had the biggest economy in all of Andervale before all these recent... They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain that to me. How we all supposedly become the gods' children in death, when in fact foul magic can bring us back and make us... Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want is... So what happened? Some of them... I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake and Nat.
Quite adamant about her innocence. I'll need to look for evidence if I want to prove she did the evil deed.
finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes. Twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him. You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often. But it's always Medora's the name. Heavens hornets! That's quite a... See, I'm here on... Well, let's call it a loan. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I kept by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever...
I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder. I need a contingent I can trust if I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Count. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand. That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't. Not exactly the friendliest bloke, the captain, is he? Well, your reward for...
Is this a dream? I don't think so. That stone. Somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible! It will consume us all! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious. Oh, yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was and is and... As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3. How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time. At last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. Time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse. Show, don't tell, I always say. So, go.
It may be quite mad. Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You say you will take me under your wing, but I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears?
Another piece of trash!
In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place. And so the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast the wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter. Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. In Home Forest, your strength and speed determine your fate. Here, a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage, and one must wait for a kind stranger to grant freedom. Jarrett, wise Jarrett, taught me the bird songs of your... A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to... He came to me when He called to me. Jarrett visited. Jarrett is my master and my friend. My teacher and myself. I have learned all that the remembering of the... We do not remember. It is different between beasts and humans. I am lucky to enjoy both. I heard this was a... But I have not found the face I see. That mystery I watched the next morning. He was kidnapped. I do not know the one called Attenbera, but... It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant... You, dear stranger, you must be the key. So those torches, alight! This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Though I cannot say for certain if it is what I believe, then in fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered, for but why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean.
I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well. It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day then, no longer than after you. You first, but don't dip. Yes, just as I hoped. There she is. There it is.
The wild.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
Could it be, milady? The weaver?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you.
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here. Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work. Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry. Source Hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal... Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time. Gaps in history. Oh, how they've...
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our... If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must, though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone.
Why, of course! That's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more...
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the void.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then please, our most mysterious guest. Are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will... What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell!
Not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rivellon. And now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
We can't still. It's quite a leap from finding a strange stone to placing the world's salvation on our shoulders.
I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Dancing dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade.
I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh? It's no coincidence the Order retired me. Or tried to, anyhow. Way back when. Don't let the name fool you, though. These days, the forest is... In the days of old, though, the forest played host to source devils of every make and kind. By now, it's been centuries since anything more dangerous than a badger has come out of those woods. By and by, the source hunters moved out and regular folks set up shop. But the town's charter requires that at least one of our kind remain to keep the watch.
The Lady of Time, the Weaver of History. I am your biggest fan, dear lady. Could I get your autograph?
It shall be my pleasure, sire. I'll enroll you to the best of your all-encompassing chronicles.
Unknown to all time, are you? Leave it to an imp to try to fill our minds with all manner of magical... I'll tell you who you are. Source hunters, members of the most esteemed order in Rivellon. Here to find out and grind out every last speck of dark magic in the realm. There, the enigma is solved. I knew you weren't the type to be taken in by such high-flying, pie-in-the-sky nonsense. The magical history imps can fly their...
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian, and the advantage of being a cat, you know, you go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the Lady of... That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name. Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, all that I understand, all that is happening. If Zigzags worries, I worry. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourself. Like any cat worth its salt, I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw. Oh, before you go, here. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter. I heard this was a place of many, but I have not found the face I seek. Jarrett, is that mystery? I watched Count the next morning. He was kidnapped. I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I know that if I am to find Jarrett...
Well, Mayor Cecil will be happy to see the likes of a sword.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, my elf. What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicil, and husband of... Oh, what? Oh, you mean Sicil. Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have... Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always an all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years, those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Sicil's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. The what of what now? Oh, you're speaking you mean the staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help. But the staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but, well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you. You see, when a lady... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? The library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Marvelous. Follow me.
I I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source.
The gallows? Well, I've heard of such a thing, but I've never seen one myself. I don't think I care to either.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicily. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this place. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Daemonium. I know it by heart.
Volume 1, Volume 2. Where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced. Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
A volume of poetry among novels?
What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on...
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And a first edition, too. Most promising.
The Night in Seatham.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more wholesome than a slice of this
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere till the hunter returns. I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
Overheating here!
Well, hello there!
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Well, hello there!
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Under lock and key.
A good day to you!
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more home than a slice of this fine Gorman there.
Heavenly herring, delicious dog meat.
Watch out! I smell... Oh, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin. Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Mind control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Oh, sorry, Medora. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Looking good.
Rawr! That is, how can I help you, my friend?
Maybe the lock could be jimmied.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Immaculate. Haven't heard that, but I don't like the sound of him.
Looking good. You're all right. But that... I think it would be wise to inspect the counselor's corpse and see what clues we can find.
That's enough of that now!
Maybe the lock could be jimmied.
We'll have none of that, you hear?
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customer that I am. You wouldn't. Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
Hey, stop that.
hello. I suppose I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is in the mouth. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the
I've been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now. I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her. Damn my eyes. But I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more.
Wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Ah, hello. I am the... Yes, as easy as it would... Jake and as... It's very
Old friend.
It's you. Just the person to answer a question that's been knocking around my mind. How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger. Can I tell you? I suppose I...
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while...
Careful now. You'll have brain more swirling faster.
Cheese? An excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine almond. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff. Whatever happened to on the move for cheese? An excuse is more hose than a slice of this fine almond there. You'll be concerned about
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scratched off.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Tall snake, wing of worm, throw and slice and stir and churn.
some? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many faces.
Again!
That's it, troops. Train up while you can. Moment.
Quiet! No talking to these
Excuse me, grabby gut.
Oh, what now? Yes. Discovered any... Well, have you found any incriminating evidence against her? If so, let's have it. Oh, if you must. How am I enjoying it? Are you Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by
About face! Go the barracks! Nuts! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
Sorry, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private? Sir, no, sir.
What's this? Good day, sir.
About face! Excellent! Let's keep it that way. Recruits! That was sloppier than
pity.
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly foul with dark enchantments.
Nonsense, Venerable One. Those are only chickens. And plump, juicy ones at that.
So many dead civilians. It's an honor to visit the farm.
Please assist me,
But theirs is not a sad fate, I think. To join the grass, to become food for the trees and flowers. What could be more peaceful? May the seven keep you. the seven keep you. Peace be with you, traveller. May your... I once lived a lonely, never... She were killed like... May the seven keep you. May the seven keep you. Rest in peace, darling. Rest in peace, darling. May the seven keep you. May the seven keep you.
Looking good.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter. I heard this was a place of, but I have not found the face I seek. That mystery I watched count the next morning. He was kidnapped. I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I...
Be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
A source hunter? I've been at the King Crab nearly 10 years. I think I'm one of the last. I was lucky. A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic.
I am... Yes, as easy... Jake and Esmeralda, it's very...
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Hello. I suppose... Yes, as easy as it would... Jake and Esmeralda had no... It's very I am the...
That an old friend?
The sun is out, and yet I feel a cold inside my soul. Rain breaks.
Potent heat!
I'm overheating
Beyond
here!
these walls, the dead roam free, Hunter. Be vigilant. Those bony brutes will never make it inside these walls. Excellent. Let's keep it that way.
Rawr! That is, how can I help you, my friend? Ask freely, my friend. Your city is far here. A tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage. And one must... Jarrett. Wise. A beast's life is to... He came to me when I was small. He called to me. Jarrett visited me. Jarrett is my master, and I have learned all the remembering of the beasts. We do not remember. It is different between I heard this was a place, but I have not found the face. That mystery I watched count the next morning. He was kidnapped. I do not know the one called Attenborough, but I...
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh? More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here. There's Mayor Cecil's doings, for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron. And on top of it all, the feline menaces. You mean you don't already know, comrade? Now, don't get me wrong, but from what I've heard, I suspect. And he fella seems like a loose-lipped legionnaire that's hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say. Frankly, it surprises me you lot are so eager to work with them. In my experience, they're kind of less reliable than you. Heed me, comrade. You can't trust a wizard, witch, diviner. Well, comrade, I've been around long enough. My distrust of magic is instinct, so toss your cadabra elixir. It's no coincidence the order it's way back when. Just don't let the name fool. In the days of old. By now, it's been centuries since anything more dangerous than a badger is...
My kingdom for a dry shirt!
kiss of the serpent.
Your return marks
The Seven,
victory,
call me
Hunter.
home.
We'll vanquish our foes yet.
I need to dry off.
To leave the city is to venture into
My
danger.
kingdom for a dry
Be careful,
shirt.
Source Hunter.
deserving of life. Come, make your case. Which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case. Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of this... Oh, I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I? I'm an apprentice of the healing. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation. But perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed... What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his third grandchild. Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims. But it's strange. The stone is only good for... Don't dither long. These men are slipping Please, these men don't have long. You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
Tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind.
So, Boris it is? All right, yes. I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other. No, this is highly abnormal. It's lightning.
As good as a new penny.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm grateful.
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for
Fantastic! Bravo! Bravo! Performers, showmen, show all of them. Sicile, what you're made of. Come on! Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Can you spare a coin?
Oh, there's my pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away?
Yes, honest pay for an honest day. Sicile, shivery timbers and slivery heels.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter?
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
I said myself, if I don't start earning an extra gold piece an hour, I'll walk out that door.
Good on you. These boss men respect confidence, you know. So what did he say?
Well, what does it matter? Day labour's more suited to my nature anyhow.
Yes, honest pay for an honest day.
I can't even smell the sea air over this pond.
One day you'll show 'em all.
Shiver me timbers and sliver me heels.
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Syseal's ramparts.
The Legion stands at the ready. Salutation! You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the undead-infested wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience I think you are most probable. Thank you for heeding my...
Feeling hot under the collar?
Sorry, sir. That's it, troops. Train up while you can. Your strike could land at any moment.
I am on the trail, Source Hunter. I am on the trail, Source Hunter.
That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those bolted in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Those bolted in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Those boots in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Those boots in Paris are bridge crew. Get to shining recruits.
Sorry, sir.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again! Attention! About face! To the barracks! March! Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!